Thank you for coming back to the Legends Leaving channel. Today, June 5th, 2024, we're getting together again to remember some famous people who died recently or today. Through their work in the arts, these people have left an indelible mark on our minds and on the world. We are saddened by their deaths and want their families and fans to know that we are thinking of them. Peace out. Please show your respect and remember them by liking this movie if their stories have moved you or if you are moved by the extraordinary lives they lived. Thanks for living in our neighborhood. We're going to talk about some bad news about actor Mark Wahlberg in this video. Armando Silvestre Carrascosa was a famous actor who was born on January 6, 1926, and died on June 5, 2024. He was of American and Mexican descent. He was born in San Diego, California, but grew up in Tijuana, Mexico. Bullfighting was his main goal when he was young, but after a very bloody incident, Silvestre changed his mind and started acting, which became his lifelong love and job. He became famous as an actor after starring in Las Rosas del Milagro in 1960. The movie was a historical play set during the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. This part showed off his skills and led to many more acting and acting-related job opportunities in films and on TV. He had a magnetic screen personality that drew in audiences on both sides of the border and showed that he really understood his characters. In his personal life, Silvestre had both good and bad situations. His first marriage was to Leonor Plaza, a woman from Venezuela, but they got a divorce. He later fell in love with Blanca Stella Lehman, an art agent, and the two of them built a life together. Silvestre moved to California in 2011 and spent his later years there, loving a place that had always been important to him. Silvestre's career was marked not only by his early wins, but also by how tough he was and how well he could change. Even though he had problems, like when he suddenly switched from bullfighting to acting, he was still a well-liked figure in the entertainment business. His work in films and TV shows will be remembered for a long time, especially in historical dramas that showed important culture and historical events, and also caused Armando Silvestre to die on June 5, 2024, when he was 98 years old. Jeanette Charles was a British actress who was born on October 15, 1927, and died on June 2, 2024. She was famous for how much she looked like Queen Elizabeth II. Charles was born in the UK and started playing in repertory theater when she was in her 20s. However, she had trouble getting roles because she looked so much like the Queen. Because she looked so much like someone else, it was hard for her to get different parts, so she quit acting and became a secretary. In 1972, a picture of Charles in her 40s that was commissioned as a gift for her husband got a lot of attention when it was shown at the Royal Academy in London. It was taken out of the running because it wasn't a real picture of Queen Elizabeth II, as portraits had to be painted from life. As soon as the mistake was made public, Charles got a lot of attention from the media and started getting offers to play the Queen in different ads. By only accepting offers she thought were suitable, she made it clear that she was not the real monarch, but rather a fake. Charles carefully studied the Queen's voice and mannerisms, which made her better at playing the Queen in films, at trade shows, and at business events. Some of the most well-known films she's been in are Secrets of a Superstud 1976, Queen Kong 1976, All You Need Is Cash 1978, National Lampoon's European Vacation 1985, The Naked Gun from the Files of Police Squad 1988, and Austin Powers in Goldmember 2002. Her convincing acts made her known as the best person to look like Queen Elizabeth II. Charles has been in a number of films and TV shows, including Spike Milligan's Q on BBC and a memorable turn on Channel 4's Big Brother 10, where she surprised Rodrigo Lopes. She was on Saturday Night Live in 1977 and in the 1978 Mind Your Language show Queen for a Day. Charles retired in 2014 and moved to Danbury, Essex, where she spent the rest of her life. Due to problems caused by an ulcer, she died after a long and hard fight on June 5, 2024. She was 96 years old. As the best Queen Elizabeth II impersonator ever, she left a unique and cherished mark on the history of theater. William Russell Enoch was an English actor who was born on November 19, 1924, and died on June 3, 2024. His work lasted more than 70 years. He became famous when he played the lead in The Adventures of Sir Lancelot on ITV from 1956 to 1957. In 1963, he joined the original cast of BBC One's Doctor Who as Ian Chesterton. He played that part until 1965, when William Hartnell became the first Doctor. Russell played parts in films like The Man Who Never Was, 1956, The Great Escape, 1963, and Superman, 1978. Russell was born in Sunderland, County Durham. His parents were EVA Compton and Alfred James Enoch. He went to Wolverhampton Grammar School and Oxford University for his education. He became interested in playing at a young age and put together entertainment for the RAF while he was serving his country. After college, he joined repertory theater and was then cast in Doctor Who. Russell first appeared in the pilot episode, which was later changed into An Unearthly Child. Russell left Doctor Who in 1965's The Chase, but he stayed involved with the show. Even though he couldn't come back for Modern Undead in 1983, he did voice work in Big Finish Productions' audio stories and read recordings of lost episodes. His legacy was solidified by his role as Ian in the VHS version of The Crusade and by his work on DVD commentaries and interviews. An Adventure in Space and Time, a documentary about Doctor Who, starred Russell in 2013. For the show's 50th anniversary, he played Ian in the light at the end. Until Tom Baker came along in 2023, he was the oldest actor to play the Doctor at age 88. When Russell made a debut in the 2022 special, The Power of the Doctor, it was the longest time since he had been on TV. He got married to Balbina Gutierrez in 1953, and together they had 3 kids, Robert, Letitia, and Vanessa. After they split up, he married Etheline Margaretha Lewis in 1984. In 1988, they had a son named Alfred. Alfred Enoch is known for his parts in the Harry Potter films and the TV show How to Get Away with Murder. The 3rd of June 2024, William Russell Enoch died at the age of 99. He left a lasting mark on stage and screen that inspires artists and fans to this day. There was a Swedish rapper named C. Gambino from 1997 to 1998 to June 4th, 2024. He wore a mask and was signed to Warner Music Sweden. He started putting out music in 2019 and quickly became famous in the Swedish rap scene. He is from Gothenburg. When his first record, Sin City, came out in 2022, it made him famous. It's official Gambino is a top-notch artist. His songs Automatic and Svar both went to #1 on the Swedish charts. One of his albums, In Memory of Some Stand-Up Guys, and an EP he made with another rapper called 23 both made it to the top of the Swedish records chart. Gambino's music spoke to a lot of people, and his unique style and mask made him seem mysterious, which drew fans in. The sad truth is that C. Gambino was shot and killed in a Gothenburg parking garage on June 4th, 2024. He was only 26 years old. His sudden death shocked the music industry and his fans, and it left a big hole in the Swedish rap scene. Even though Gambino's work was short, he had a big effect on the business, and many people still remember him. John Blackman was an Australian radio and TV host, voice actor, comedy writer, and author. He was born July 14, 1947. From 1971 to 1999, he did voiceovers for Hey, Hey, It's Saturday. He came back for reunion shows in 2009 and 2021, as well as a short restart in 2010. Blackman grew up in Mount Waverly, Melbourne, and went to Sindel Primary School and Sindel Technical School. He quit school when he was 16 and did a few different jobs before deciding to become a radio host when he was 22. Blackman's first job in radio was at 2GN Goulburn in 1969. In 1970, he started working for 2 California Canberra. By the middle of 1971, he had moved to 3 AW Melbourne and was working on Nightline with Reverend Alex Kenworthy. In 1974, he was the host of the morning show on 3 Alaska. He then briefly worked at 2U Sydney. He worked on Hey, Hey, It's Saturday and was a continuity announcer and reporter for National 9 News at the same time. When Blackman returned to 3 Alaska Melbourne in 1979, he hosted The Breakfast Show until 1981. He then went to 3AW, where he and Bruce Mansfield had the most popular show for 5 years in a row. When he left 3AW in 1986, he went to work for CBC, but by the end of the year, he got out of his deal. He co-hosted a morning show on 3UZ from 1987 to 1990. In 1997, he went back to 3 Alaska to work with Anna Pinky Pincus and Dennis Donahue until 2000. Since 2004, Blackman has been a co-host on Triple M Adelaide's The Breakfast Show. He had parts on Blankety Blank's Personality Squares, The Paul Hogan Show, and Family Feud, among other TV shows. He worked as a morning host at Magic 1278 in Melbourne and Magic 882 in Brisbane from 2015 until 2016. He was married twice. His second marriage was to Sile on December 2nd, 1972, and they had a daughter together. He had surgery in 2007 to remove a benign meningioma brain tumor and fully recovered. He was diagnosed with severe skin cancer in 2019 and had many surgeries over the next few years. John Blackman had a heart attack and died on June 4th, 2024. He was 76 years old. Because he worked in Australian radio and TV for more than 50 years, he left a lasting mark on the entertainment business. Football fans are sad about the death of Larry Allen Jr., a Titan on the offensive line who died suddenly on June 2nd, 2024, at the age of 52. Allen died while on vacation with his family in Mexico. The cause is unknown at this time. Allen was a force on the field and was known for being very strong and quick. After 14 years in the NFL, mostly with the Dallas Cowboys, he made a name for himself. Here are some of the most amazing things he has done. Super Bowl champion Larry Allen played on the winning Dallas Cowboys team in Super Bowl XX. He is in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Allen's place among the NFL's greats is solidified after being named in 2013. Picks for the Pro Bowl, 11 choices to the Pro Bowl show how consistently good Allen was at the game. The All-Pro Award. He was so good that 6 first-team All-Pro choices only made things stronger. Allen spent most of his professional career with the Dallas Cowboys, but he also played his last 2 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers and was named to the Pro Bowl both times. Allen's skills were clear in college. Before he joined the NFL, he started at Boot College and then moved on to Sonoma State University, where he was an All-American twice and a champion. Allen's influence goes beyond the field. Like his dad, his son, Larry Allen, I played guard for the Harvard Crimson football team. When Larry Allen Jr. dies, it leaves a hole in the sports world. People will remember him as a winner, a strong player, and a real inspiration. Ladies and gents, there was a shocking rumor going around on Facebook today that spread very quickly. The famous American actor Mark Wahlberg, who was loved for his part as Mark Wahlberg, was said to have died when he hadn't. When this news came out in June, it broke the hearts of millions of fans and made them question reality. But it's important to deal with the facts and put an end to this rumor. Mark Wahlberg is a successful American actor, director, and rapper who was born on June 5th, 1971 in Dorchester, Massachusetts. At first, he became famous as Marky Mark in the early 1990s. Later, he had successful acting parts in films like Boogie Nights, The Departed, and the Transformers series. Wahlberg is a famous producer and businessman who does more than just act. He owns the Wahlburgers restaurant chain with his brothers. When it comes to his health, Wahlberg is known for living a strict lifestyle and working out hard. He sticks to a strict diet and works out every day, sometimes getting up as early as 2:30 a.m. Wahlberg's dedication to health and fitness has become a big part of his public image, and he often posts about his workouts and diet plans on social media.